Right, so before kicking off this video, I wanted to talk about the fact that we had a update for Le Mans Ultimate today. I guess you can call it a hotfix or a quick patch. And what they did essentially is revert back some of the changes they've updated, or some of the changes they've made with the update 1.4, specifically the netcode. Almost immediately after the 1.4 update was released, the community started giving feedback on the fact that the netcode changes weren't, well, you could say weren't experienced as an improvement. And yeah, people were starting to have issues with the netcode, whereas before 1.4 the netcode was absolutely fine. It was absolutely perfect. So I guess they took that feedback to heart and they took that feedback seriously. And yeah, we can call it a quick and swift decision by the studio to revert back the changes they made. So essentially they've gone back to the netcode and the way it was pre 1.4, which I guess is a good thing, because not only does it give a clear message to the community that they listen to the feedback, but also are willing to act on the fact that there's feedback in a negative way, or criticism you could say, and they recognize that and take that to heart, take that seriously. I think that's a really positive thing in itself, but also to be quick and decisive to make changes if needed. So in this case that meant reverting back to a pre 1.4 netcode basically, and I think that's a good thing, because not only will it probably fix the netcode issues, and apparently they saw that the changes they made didn't do what they wanted it to do. And first and foremost, they probably did that with the intention of improving the netcode. So the intention is always positive, I would say. So yeah, I think that's a really good and positive change. And we could also immediately see the changes as well, because I did a race this afternoon. Just to see if I noticed anything different. Now, personally, I hadn't had really big issues with the new netcode in the first place. But yeah, I had some moments during the past week where I was starting to question if it was the netcode or not. Whereas pre 1.4, I didn't have those issues. So I didn't have those moments where I thought, is this netcode or is this netcode related? And as soon as 1.4 came out, those moments started to creep up in my races. So we put that to the test. We went in and did a race this afternoon, and it was actually I think it's one of the best races they've done so far, actually. It's a bronze safety rating race, so it's a short sprint race, only 20 minutes, but it has dynamic weather conditions, so there's a possibility of rain, or almost a guarantee of rain, but when the rain will start, that's obviously quite random during the races. So at one race it could be starting to rain in lap 4 or lap 5, but in another race it could start raining in the first few laps already. And it also provides for different options to try different strategies as well, because I've seen people not changing tires, so staying on medium tires the whole race and just driving on eggshells at the last parts of the race to survive, but try and take the win that way. Or you could see people starting on wets, even though the race starts dry, but they could decide to start on wets to see if that gives them the advantage later in the race. And the fact that it's dynamic weather only for a 10 lap race makes it really interesting. So I think it's a race really worth the try. One caveat though for the race this afternoon, because I did the race, but I also had issues with my wheel. Not only during qualifying, because during qualifying my wheel tended to disconnect for a few milliseconds, but that also made it go stuck in a certain position. I lost force feedback during a couple of moments in the qualifying, so I completely botched the qualifying. Ended up in P16. But not really my fault, because I had force feedback issues and my wheel was just generally malfunctioning. And I was hoping, but yeah, I was already in the lobby, so I couldn't do anything at that time. I really tried to disconnect the wheel and replace it, but that didn't do anything between qualifying and the race, as you're about to see. But yeah, we had to make do because I couldn't escape or like quit the race, because that would definitely hurt your DR and SR progression. So a DNF is the last thing I wanted. So I just went into the race knowing that there would probably be force feedback issues, and I had to deal with them during the race, which also made it like an extra challenge for me to not hit anybody else, of course, but also like deal with the struggles I had with the wheel. So yeah, in many regards a challenging race, you could say, but therefore also probably worth the watch. So yeah, let's just jump on track and see what happens. Right, we're doing this new daily race at Sebring, and it's an interesting one because it's only 10 laps, so it's just a 20-minute race, but it has dynamic weather, so it gives you opportunities to play with the strategy or how you want to approach this. And as you can already see on the top left of the screen, there's people starting on wets, so yeah, that's usually not the smartest thing to do when it's not raining yet, but the rain should come at some point, and probably around lap 3, 4 or 5 it's gonna start raining, and then after that's just a lottery to see what people will do. But my plan is to actually pit as soon as it starts getting too wet on the track. But let's see.
Green flag, green flag.
Race start first. The outside is usually not where you want to be at Sebring. Oh, there we go. Crashing already. We survived the first few corners. Oh, more crashing. Actually had a really bad qualifying because my steering wheel was malfunctioning, so I had some force feedback issues during qualifying. Let's hope we don't have the same issues during the race. All I want to do now is just settle in and see what happens. The last thing we want to do is damage the car. This Mustang behind me seems racy. Yeah, I don't know why he's flashing his lights, but okay. Well, there he goes. Was to be expected. Not the cleanest of moves, but okay. Oh, there's the rain already. Interesting. So I guess people were already expecting rain in the first lap. Okay, interesting. They probably knew it was gonna like rain really early in the race. That's really interesting. I haven't had that so far in this race. But as long as it's not too wet, we should be able to like extend these laps on the medium tires. I have the feeling the Mustang ahead is gonna do something at some parts, so let's just wait and see if we can take advantage of anything happening in front. Yeah, there he goes. He's really diving into every corner. Not the cleanest of racing, if you ask me, but... yeah, it's still saying high grip. Now it's saying damp. It's gonna be interesting because the people on wet tires will be quicker over a 10-lap race anyway now. I don't think it's gonna be easy to survive on the whole race on medium tires actually. Since it started so raining so early. You can already see the delta is going up. There's somebody pitting already. I felt something weird in the steering wheel again. Something's off with the wheel. Oh, there goes the Mustang. Yeah, I knew that was bound to happen. The way he was racing, he was overdriving it. That's why it's usually a smart choice to let cars like that just go at the beginning of the race. Because there's just a big chance of them making a mistake, as we see a Corvette rejoining. More people going into the pits, but it's still damp, so I think we're gonna go into the pits the next lap. Yeah, something's off with the wheel. The force feedback is just shutting down at certain points, which makes the wheel go like stay stuck in a certain position. I don't know what's off, but I need to check that. Yeah, there it goes again. Oh my. It's making it impossible to race. It's like disconnecting or something. Really weird. Well, at least I didn't hit anyone. There it went again. You'd always think it's a firmware issue or something. Really weird. Yeah, as long as the weather indicator is saying it's still damp, I'm not going to the pits. Bit of an opportunistic move, but we made it work, it seems. Now it's not shifting, okay. Weird issues with the wheel. It's just disconnected or something. Well, it certainly is making this race a lot more challenging because you just don't know what to expect from the wheel. Really weird. Oh, BMW in the wall. I'm actually starting to think we can finish this race on the wets. We're actually in the top 5 as well. That's really something with all the issues we're having in this race. Corvette deep. We're actually driving a really good race. Apart from the wheel issues, I might bump up the traction control. Yeah, it's a really interesting race. Oh, Corvette in the wall as well. We're in the top 4. How?
Lap 2, 12.42.
Yeah, now we're pretty much committed to finishing this race on these tires. It's still saying damp. Oh, wheel, come on, don't do this now. Yeah, we're on the serious threat with the cars behind us on wets. Ah, come on, wheel. Don't do this to me. Yeah, I'm losing so much time because of the wheel. I'm gonna let him overtake me because he's much quicker on these tires, and now it's saying slightly wet as well, so I'm just gonna let him go. No point in trying to hold that. Yeah, now we really need to start driving on eggshells. Just try and be as smooth as possible. There's the next car on wets. He can take the place. I'm just gonna let him go. Yeah, we pretty much need to commit to this strategy now. Because if I pit now, there's like absolutely no point. Ah, wheel, come on. Again, it just went straight. It just disconnects for like half a second. Really weird. Really careful to sunset because it's really slippery.
Lap 2, 20.85.
Okay, final lap. This has been the most weird race in terms of force feedback because I don't know what's wrong with the wheel, but these momentarily disconnecting issues are really weird. Well, just keep it on the track and we should be okay with P6. I thought it was P7, but maybe someone crashed. I didn't see. Just keep it on the track. Yeah, I think there were two cars overtaking me, right? I guess someone DNF'd in front of me. Well, all in all, I'm actually pretty happy with this because first I need to sort these wheel issues, but apart from that, surviving on this track with these tires, starting, I think it was P14, this is actually not a bad result. Congrats to P1 as well, because he started on the medium tires too, and he finished the race first, so... Oh, there goes the wheel again. Yeah, now it's not shifting, it's super weird. Well, we finished the race. I'm actually pretty happy with that. With all the wheel issues we were having, that was really weird. Somebody knows why it keeps disconnecting for like milliseconds and then comes back? Please let me know in the comments, because I don't know what's going on with the wheel these last few days, but somehow this is apparently now an issue. I don't know how or why. Yeah, as you can see in the results, people starting on wet tires actually finishing in the top 10 with the wet strategy tire, or with the strategy on the wet tire, I should say. But also people just sticking with it on the medium tire. I was one of them. Yeah, I think we did pretty okay. So I'm happy with that. They probably saw the forecast that it was going to rain earlier than you would expect from the races I've had before. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, time to sort out these wheel issues because I don't know what's going on, but I have to sort it out before I do any more racing. So yeah, let's take a look at that first.